short adjournment. You recall we're at page 672. We're just now looked at that message from you to Mr. Van Wyk, telling him that what's needed are marked vehicles and that he's registered with SIRA. You recall that? Now, immediately below that, Mr. Van Wyk responds by sending you a voice note, a very short one, to the issue of whether or not he's registered with SIRA. If I can we can play that. Seems like technology is getting the better of us here. Try again.
I'm going to work on that one.
We'll play it again.
I'm going to work on that one.
So he says, I'm going to work on that one in response to your earlier message that we have tools, only need marked vehicles. I know you are registered with SIRA. So I take it, and I understand that to mean that he's going to work on the registration with SIRA. Am I understanding him correctly? Is that how you understood him as well? Oh, okay.
Switch on your mics, please. Thank you.
Now, the little clip that I just played you, where Mr. Van Wyk says, I'm going to work on that one.
Yes.
Is 2, where you say, H, my brother, we have tools, only need to marked vehicles. I know you are registered with SIRA. We had that conversation about that message, right?
Yes.
And then he responds with a voice note to say, I will work on that one. So I'm saying, I understood him, and I'm checking if that's how you understood him as well, that he's going to work either on marked vehicles or on registration with SIRA. Is that how you understood him as well?
No, I've said he is registered with SIRA, but it's a question of marking the vehicles. When you check, I even said to him, you are registered with SIRA.
No, I was commenting about his own response where he says, I will work on that one. So I'm saying my understanding is either he will work on marked vehicles or work on registration with SIRA if the previous message is to be understood.
No, he's saying he's
Commissioner is confirming that because he knows he already had a SIRA registration. He was talking about the marked cars.
Oh, so your understanding was he already has a SIRA, he's working on the marked cars?
Yes, Commissioner.
So, and you recall I said that for purposes of engaging with potential clients and informing them of recovered goods, it's not necessary that they have marked vehicles because they obtain that information from you, the MPD.
Are you saying?
They obtain the information about hijacked trucks from EMPD.
Are you saying for security companies?
Yes.
It's not correct that they have unmarked vehicles?
To go sell the information for 10% of the value of the goods, they don't need marked vehicles because they are working off information obtained from EMPD.
I don't get you. I'm lost. Are you saying the companies, it's not important for them it's not important them to sell the information on company or to market themselves on private companies because they get information from EMPD?
I'll try again.
Please.
Let me give it another shot. I'm saying earlier we discussed the involvement of the EMPD in recovery of these stolen trucks. And I am saying the involvement of security firms such as Mr. Van Wyk's entity, in truth, don't need marked vehicles because all they have to do is to present the recovery, information relating to the recovery, to the owner of the goods for which they will claim 10% of the value of the goods. That's how you explained the process to work? You say it's a business that the private sector runs. Did I understand you correctly?
No, you're not correct.
Okay, please correct me.
Sello, sorry to interrupt. What Commissioner said earlier was that they need to arrive at the scene and take photos and claim the recovery for themselves. And the reason why they cannot show up with unmarked vehicles is that there are shootings and other incidents. So to avoid that, they need to arrive at the scene with marked vehicles so that when they send the owner of the truck photos showing that they are at the scene and they have made a recovery, it looks legit, basically. And I'm paraphrasing, Commissioner, but I had understood you to be saying something like that.
No, Commissioner.
Yes.
When they're responding
Yes.
to any scene,
Yes.
let me put so, it must be a marked vehicle.
Exactly.
Yes, because there's going to shoot, because you don't know who's the suspect
Yes.
of hijacked and everything.
So we are saying the same thing.
Oh, yes, Commissioner.
Then I understand. So then they arrive at an EMPD scene in marked vehicles to avoid the cross-shooting.
No,
Take-
crime scene.
Can I just try? I understood Commissioner Mkhwanazi to say they will be doing a joint operation.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Yes, no, let me say, and you can take it from there. My understanding of his evidence was they cooperate with security companies. So they would have informed Mr. Van Wyck's company that there's a hijacking and they will all rock up at the scene and they are in marked vehicles. They take pictures and then they speak to the owner. When I say they, I mean Mr. Van Wyck's company. Then speak to the owner of the company and claim to be the ones that did the recovery. That's how I understood the evidence.
Okay,
No,
and
Commissioner-
Did I
says no.
misunderstand you?
Yes.
Forgive me.
I'm talking about companies responding to crime scene where police have already been there, or or both of them arriving at the scene, responding. Then my argument is that some of them, they don't even do the work. They just come and stand and claim, you see. But what I emphasize that it is marked vehicle that must respond in order to make sure that the scene, you don't get incidents of officers shooting at each other.
I tried.
The question was this: why does Mr. Van Wyck require a marked vehicle? Because all he can do is get the information from you and then call the owner and say, we've made a recovery. So maybe just focus on why he needs the vehicle to be marked.
Yes. No, I'm not limiting it to only EMPT. I'm saying at the crime scene, because once you arrive there, sometimes you won't even find EMPT. You'll find other police officers, other units. SAPS responds, the province responds, us respond, JMPT respond. You see, at the crime scene when you arrive with an unmarked vehicle, there are challenges, especially you don't have this communication radios, because as law enforcement agencies in Gauteng, we are able to communicate. There are channels that we can there's a channel for track hijacking, there's a channel for these serious crimes. We are able to switch. We are able to listen to one another when we are responding. That CIT, there's a channel that talks specifically on robberies, serious crimes. Then we are able, but if you are a security company, you don't have that communication channel, then you respond. They say there's a car, it is us as police, we don't know that there's a person who's there. You see, but if it's an unmarked, if it's a marked, the approach will be different. So there's this company that is there. But if it's unmarked, we respond, the adrenaline of officers reacts differently.
then if I understand, and I hope this time I do, the purpose of having marked vehicles is so to help identify them, that they are security companies and they do not attract fire from the police, for instance. That is the purpose.
That's the advice that I'm giving you.
Yes, okay. As a matter of interest, what happens if on the scene 3 security firms appear and they take photos? Who's going to claim the 10% from the owner? They split it? Do you know?
I don't know on that. I don't know. That's why I can't even get deeper to security companies, because I don't know in terms of the contract. But obvious. If you arrive, maybe the one that is having a contract, maybe it's the one that claims. Those that are not having a contract. Because some of them, they are not even interested in this thing of trucks hijacking. They are doing normal crime prevention. And if there's a crime that is happening in the area, that's why you find that in one crime scene, we are having 6 or 7 security companies arriving in that house before even police arrive, you see. But I don't have specific details that what happens amongst them.
Because I wouldn't expect if a security company has got information that a hijacked truck has been stopped, will necessarily make that information available to a competitor. I take it that the information would come from EMPD, really. Am I wrong?
No, Commissioner, you are wrong. In the
Okay.
groups that we're having, you've got all the security companies, officers and individuals that are responding into different crime scenes. And they honestly share everything to one another. This street, in this area, this car, then everyone responds to that innocently, so not about benefiting in those scenes. They respond. Even in this truck hijacking, car hijacking, security companies that work within these areas or security companies that are around the area that are able to communicate and get information, they do that. For example, in companies, you find one company, it's registered with 3 different security companies. You see, let me say, for example, the city of Ekurhuleni is having 11 security companies or 10 that are registered with, you see. When they respond to this, but with us, the statistics different. I was just making an example. I don't want to say, you said in Ekurhuleni, it's just an example. But in other companies, you find them having 3 or 4 companies. When they react officers, or when I was operational that time, you will react with them, it's 4 or 5 companies. All of them find the companies having different boats, all of them, just to secure their property or secure their stock or secure their client property. That's what is happening. And all of them, they respond to that.
So,
Ours to make sure that we secure the scene, we do necessary. If there's SAPS, then SAPS take over from us. Then they secure the scene. If it's a crime scene, then it depends on type of crimes, because there are other crimes that you can't manage the scene. If it's a specific crime, then you hand over to subs does paperwork and everything. Then you leave it with them.
then can we go to page 698 of the same file? Because you pick up this conversation once again with Mr. Van Wyk. You say at the top of 698, are you added at group? Please confirm this is where hijackings are followed and monitored.
Yes.
I take it this is a group, an SAPS group to monitor and for EMPD, or let me say law enforcement group,
Yes.
to monitor and follow up on information regarding hijacked trucks.
No, it's saying hijackings.
Oh, hijackings.
Yes.
This is general hijackings.
Yes.
Not only hijacked trucks.
Yes.
Who is in the group?
Hey, it's different companies.
Okay.
It's
that's
a
what I
big,
want.
it's a big group. It's a
Yes,
big
no, I just
group.
wanted to know it's
Yes.
different companies.
Yes,
you say.
SAPS and us, Province and other companies. It's a big group.
Private companies,
Yes, they're there.
including security companies.
Yes, security companies. In fact, it is them who are in large numbers
Okay, thank you.
in these groups.
So you say it's not only restricted to truck hijackings, it's general.
Hijackings.
Then if we go further down, and EMPD plays a role in that group.
Yes. We're part of that group, yes.
And then,
And I must mention, as I've said, commissioners, before, sorry,
okay.
it's many groups. No, when you monitor these groups, you are not going to sleep. I think it's plus minus 20, 19 groups, you see. Everyone wants to form, and they're very helpful, to be honest, because it depends which group, which team that reacts, which shift that it's on, and your phone end up ringing the whole day and night. But it's different groups within the city, and some are in Gauteng. When the car moves from Pretoria or moves from Val to this area, we're able to check and communicate with other people. Some officers, they even listen to this group and respond on the radio that I'm off duty, I'm at home, I just hear this on a cell phone. Can those that are on duty assist and respond or request a backup? That's what it's happening.
And then in the next few pages, just to save time, you talk of other issues. And at 702, you get back to the issue of being registered in this group. 701, something had been shared about a truck that's not a fancy truck, that's not our interest. Then Mr. Van Wyk says, LOL, you say sure. And then Mr. Van Wyk says, haven't received the group. Where would he be receiving the group from if this is something that is available to all security companies?
All groups are having administrators. You talk to the administrator, can you add this person? That's how. Talk to the administrator, can you add this person? You see,
So-
to these different groups. Or to, can you add this team, can you add this company in different groups?
So in the next message, and once again, it's got a screen grab, and you'll see that the first part is blank again. And I think we've had that discussion. You communicate to somebody, good morning, it doesn't say, this is Brigadier Mkhwanazi, EMPD, kindly add Mike to the groups. Then you give Mike Van Wyk's details. You see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Who are you communicating, requesting rather, that to add Mike to the groups?
Hey, Commissioners, we've got many groups. I don't even remember this number. But we've got many groups that are having different administrators. I'll be lying to you if I specifically mention the name.
Okay.
But you know that I've spoken about car hijacking groups, car hijacking group. But I don't know who, because it's different groups, as I've said before this page. I'll be lying if I say it's this person. I will be giving you wrong information.
Then
I don't remember.
I hear that. The next one is where a message from Mike copying somebody's message, which reads, this is Ron number, Ron as in RON, haven't received anything yet, and you said will do. Now, you are actively assisting Mr. Van Wyk to join this group.
Not only Van Wyk, I assist.
No, on this.
On this go, yes.
Yes. And I'm saying this is, what I suggest to you is this is a scheme which unfortunately the EMPD is a part of, where EMPD under your guidance, because this was your unit, invite various private security companies to take part in recovery of trucks for the sole purpose of them selling that information to the owners of the goods and are able to claim 10%. Do you have a comment?
I've just corrected you in page 698. When you said we are adding Mike to truck hijacking, I said it's a group of hijackings. And even here, are you added 698? Are you added at the group? Please confirm this is where hijackings are followed and monitored. And we are limiting it strictly to truck hijacking. And this group talks about hijackings, and it is the same group that we are talking about. And you have read it, but you want to limit it.
I limit it to truck hijackings because where this conversation starts is about truck hijackings, you remember?
But in this group that we are talking about, it's saying hijackings.
I'm saying this is a continuation of information that you gave to Mr. Van Wyk about truck hijackings and how much of money can be made in this industry. So by the time this conversation runs over an extended period, the fact that you call it hijackings here does not necessarily include hijacking of people. I want to suggest to you that we are still talking about truck hijacking specifically. That is the purpose of this group.
I don't agree with your suggestion because here it's very clear that have you added me, we are talking about hijacking groups. And it is the same group that you even read the other page and the coming pages. But now we are deciding to delete or ignore what we've just read. And you have even corrected you that this is Not even corrected. It's what is writing there from me in black and white.
So you are suggesting that that group...
And it is not a scheme. It is a crime prevention group that all law enforcement officers, that all security companies are participating. Anyone can add any person that he knows that he owns a security company, or any officer or security company can add any officer that will act and respond to these things. That's what is happening. Practical, that's what it is there. And remember, when we engage on this, Mike hasn't even, in terms of truck hijacking, marked his vehicles and everything by that time. You see, by this time, as we're talking here, you see, we're talking about hijackings only here, you see.
And are you suggesting that, as with truck hijackings and recovery of those loads, where people are hijacked, 10% is also payable?
No, yeah, I'm talking about hijackings. There's no individual that when they attack his car, he will pay 10% to the company. Individual people, and we are even trackers in this group. Individual people are what is this thing? I want to use the terminology. Clients of trackers and other companies. And when security companies and officers or tracker companies respond with officers, they're already clients to those people. They don't pay 10%, or any other security company, because they assist, they're not tracker. They don't pay to 10% to any person.
I'm suggesting to you, Mr. Mkhwanazi, that there is nothing in these charts that show the termination of a conversation about truck hijackings and you interesting Mr. Van Wyk in it, and progression to a different type of group where you talk generally about hijackings. This is a continuation of that invitation you made to him and an opportunity to make 10% of hijacked goods. It's the same exact conversation. And the fact that in one instance that's just referred to as hijackings, it all refers to truck hijackings. And it's because you ran a unit, so-called.
I run different units. You see, crime prevention units that deals with hijackings, vehicle hijacking. They also deal with other crimes that are taking place in the city of Ekurhuleni, working with different companies. And 698, my numbers, 2022-07-24-05-44-43. It reads as follows. Are you added at the group? Please confirm this is where hijackings are followed and monitored. And I've said, you even asked that who are you talking to? I said, I won't remember because there are many people there. And anyone can add anyone. We don't even question who are you adding. As long as it's a police officer, or they will ask, who are you? Show us the photo of your vehicle, show us the photo of yourself. You see, because other people, they tend to penetrate this group and do their own things. And it is clear, commissioners. Yeah, it's writing in black and white what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to change your mindset. If you want to turn a blind eye on this and respond as if I didn't communicate and respond as if there's no continuous communication in terms of me pushing or engaging other people to add Mike Van Wyk. And so it's not even me. I'm requesting someone who's an administrator to add Mike.
I'm not turning a blind eye. I am just not reading messages that you suggest are there into this chat. They are not there.
No, it's there. 698, page 698.
So,
no, madam, you said it's not there. I'm saying page 698. There is the message.
and I'm saying that the groups you are adding him to are truck hijacking groups.
No, it is a hijacking groups. It deals with any hijacking that is taking place within the city or within Gauteng.
The interpretation I attach, and I think the commissioners have heard the interpretation you attach, at the end of the day, the commissioners will make a determination based on the totality of the chats as to whether these are different hijackings, distinguishing between truck hijackings and other forms of hijackings.
You are limiting crime to truck hijacking. Hijacking is broad.
I'm leaving it on the basis that it's the interpretation I attached to the chats, and I say it's the only reasonable interpretation to attach. You attach a different one, and the commissioners will make a determination as to which is the most reasonable
I disagree
interpretation.
With that. Commissioners, I disagree with this approach. I get this thing from you, madam. I got this document. sorry for saying a thing. I got this as your evidence, and you presented to me. You have been mentioning pages where sometimes I've accepted, no, this is not what I meant, but when you are supposed to agree in black and white, you don't want to accept that. You are saying it is me. It doesn't come from me. It comes from you. It is you communicated with Mike. It is you got these things from Mike, and it's very clear in black and white.
But this is communications between you and Mike.
May you
Where
please-
do I feature in those communications?
You are the one who gave me this document.
No, I'm saying the communications we are looking at there, am I communicating with Mike van Wyk
But-
or are you?
You are using this evidence against me. And I'm saying, in the evidence that you are using against me, can you read it? May you please read this paragraph or this sentence for me? 698. You have been saying that to me and I've accepted. May you please read that for me, please? I'm requesting that.
These are your chats with Mr. van Wyk?
Yes, I'm requesting
where
that.
you've been able to, and remember, you have explained what you meant or what Mr. van Wyk understood. So I am reading your chats between the two of you, and I say, I draw a certain conclusion. You disagree with me, and I say it's for the commissioners to determine whether my interpretation is the more sustainable one or whether your insistence
Through you,
is
Chair.
one that should be accepted. We can't take it any beyond that point
Through
because
you, Chair.
I'm not, let me finish, because I'm not a part of these conversations. You clearly are. You invited Mr. van Wyk to this good deal of 10% per hijacked truck.
Can I just
Through
check
you,
this,
Chair.
Ms. Sorry, before you do.